how do I get my first few customers if I have no network, if I'm starting from scratch and I don't have a following online? One thing I want you to think about is, can you use Chat GPT or another type that's similar to that? Um, and can you use that to prompt it and say, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is what I'm enjoying. I want to have dot 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 type of company, and I want to create content for people who are XYZ. Help me draft a first post on LinkedIn. It's my very first post on LinkedIn about this topic. Help me draft it in my voice. And you might give it a website about you. You might just describe yourself, but just put that prompt in and see what it does, and try to be on Chat GPT 4.0 or 40. I can't remember exactly what it is. And try to be whatever the latest version of Chat GPT is. Put in that prompt and see what it spits out. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be in your voice. Please don't copy paste. What you're doing with that is you're getting 60% of the paint on the canvas. So you're going to take that, you're going to maybe even follow up and say, this is a good start, but take out this and add something about this, or do it in a different type of voice, make it more casual, make it more friendly, or make it 30, you can actually say this, make it 30% more friendly, or make it 25% more professional, XYZ, right? So you want to use that as a tool for you, but you're going to develop this consistency and you're going to start writing. And this isn't an overnight thing, as you can already tell. This is something that's going to take a little while. But if there were, let me be clear. If there were this magic potion, this magic, okay, 1, 2, 3, now you have $1 million. Everyone would have already done that. It is the people who are taking the time. If you're taking notes right now, if you're rewinding and thinking through this and thinking through what could I do in this place? Oh, do I have Chat GPT? Oh, etc. Then you are someone who is actually going to succeed in this. Because let me tell you, so many people, even people watching this, unfortunately, so many people are just never going to do it. They're going to listen to it. Maybe they may even have gone already, but they're not going to implement this. And so, yes, it's not overnight, but it's much better than spending 10, 20 more of your years sitting behind a desk doing something you don't want to do, or, physical labor that you don't want to do if that's not your thing, or working for, $10 an hour, $12 an hour. Even if you have a great job, where when I say great job, I mean you're making a lot of money, but you're like, oh, this is soul sucking, or this is boring, or this doesn't really feed into what I thought my life would be at this point. You have the ability to change that. So if you look at it from that point of view, then yeah, a few of these steps are not that bad, right? Especially if you can do them on the side as you keep whatever your day job is, and then you say, okay, I'm getting some traction over here, and then I'll make the decision of what I go all in on. Because don't you want to have the ability to, maybe there's a coworker or someone who's your boss who you're like, I just don't like them. And I would love the ability to know that if I wanted to, I could leave. Think about that feeling and what that feeling might be like, and that will incentivize you to go through these steps. So, what you're going to do is think about what you currently know. You are going to then take that and create some sort of lead magnet. Now, this is the big part of it. You're going to create what's called a lead magnet. And that could be that. Think about what that sounds like, a lead magnet, something that is drawing in potential customers, potential people who are going to be listening to you. And before they're customers, they're followers, they're readers, they're watchers, right? And you don't want to think of everyone as just like this transactional thing. I don't think of you as a transactional thing, because I know that only like a small percentage of the people who watch this video and watch my videos are ever going to buy something from me. What it's more exciting is to think about, what are you going to learn from me? What am I going to be able to like help somebody with? Getting these comments are really, really awesome. By the way, if you have a question, I'm going to answer questions in videos from now on. So leave a question in the comments right now and say one question that's a burning question. How do I do XYZ? And if I choose you, I will I will answer the question. So you're going to create a lead magnet. A lead magnet can be a few things. You've probably participated as someone on the other end of that, getting a lead magnet and typing in your email address to get it, like a list of things. So it could be whatever your service is, or whatever your expertise is, or even close to, whatever you're learning about. It doesn't have to be an expert thing. You can write a list, let's say a top 10 list, top 20, top 50 list. You can even have Chat GPT help you do that. But again, it's not copy paste, it's just getting something on the canvas. Even if that list is easy for people to find and to get on their own, if you can help them do it faster, it's valuable. And you're going to give it to them for free. So let's say there's a list that you want to do of like the top 50 small cities in the country where the best real estate is happening in 2024 or 2025, right? The hottest cities. I'm sure they can go here, they can go there, they can find it, they can do their research. But let's say you spend a few hours on your research and you create this list, and it has links out to things, and maybe it links to articles or links to places, or maybe you want to find the top 20 realtors in the country, and by your definition of that, having something like a list, having something like a how-to page, it's like a one pager that's really easy, a recipe. And when I say recipe, that could be for food, or it could be for something else that is sort of physical. So like, let's say you're a photographer. Can you make a one pager of how to take a certain type of photograph? Can you make a short video that explains that? Put it on Vimeo or put it on YouTube, even unlisted, and then put it behind this place where you have to type in your email address in order to receive it. Could you do a long form video that's like an hour long, where you're just giving a lot of value about a topic? Now, that's going to take some time, and that's another video in itself. It's like, how do you keep people engaged? How do you set it up? But you see here, I'm just on Zoom. I just have a blurry background. I'm just talking to you, and I'm hopefully helping you. If you're still listening to this, I bet I am. So what can you provide that would be something that you would charge for, that's so valuable that you would charge for it, but you're going to give it away for free? And then you put it behind a wall of, you don't have to pay me for it, but the exchange is you give me your email address, you become a lead of mine, and you agree that I can send you emails from time to time. And how you do that really easily is you go to ConvertKit. ConvertKit is what I use. You can also use like MailChimp. You can use Card with 2 R's. You can do a search for, there's like 20 different high quality landing pages. There's ClickFunnels, there's all types of landing spots, Constant Contact, etc. I could keep going. But I would suggest ConvertKit because it is it's easy and simple to use. I use it all the time. And they give you the ability to have all types of landing pages. And you can have a landing page that's just straightforward, sign up, or you can have a landing page that says, when you sign up, you're going to get an email back, and it's going to have this link to the video, or this link to the one pager, or the link to the whatever the magnet is. And it's just something that is going to be valuable. Now, an important thing to note is this lead magnet should be about the topic of whatever the thing is you're going to eventually sell, or that you're currently selling. It should introduce the customer, or the potential customer, to what the problem is that you're solving and the landscape, and have them thinking about it in a new way, and then give them a quick win. Give them something that, oh, this information that I just got helped me with the first part of things. So I believe then that this person will be able to help me with more of it. If they were already able to help me so much, I can't believe, I look forward to what they can teach me. Let me give you an example. So this is one that actually wasn't a free magnet at first. This was something that I charged for because it was very valuable. And I was I wasn't at the early stages. I was thinking a little bit later. This was a YouTube workshop, and I think I'll just put a link in the description, just to the front page now of one of my courses that has this now available for free. It's like, I don't know, 30 to 60 minutes, I can't remember. And it originally To go to it live, you paid $97, or to even get the replay was still $97 because of the value. But you'll see it when you click down. So what I did there was, um, I used that originally as a product of its own, because it really essentially was a product, but a lead magnet that was paid into something more high ticket. And that's what we just call more expensive. And I think the it led into the course that I'll show you. So you can just see it. You don't have to join it. You can just see it live in what it's doing. Obviously, if you want to join, please do, but really look at this video of what could I do? Could I do a live session on Zoom where I've invited 20 people to it for free? I present a deck, I present a presentation for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I take questions, I keep it moving. And then I take that video and I put it up on a webinar jam, which is another website, or on ConvertKit or somewhere else. And this is like this evergreen webinar, this evergreen thing that is teaching, this workshop that is teaching people while I'm asleep. It's teaching people. People are putting in their email addresses, which are worth their weight in gold. And I'm getting these new leads every day. And then what you do with the leads is that, let's say once a week, that's a good cadence to start out with, maybe even twice a month. So if you don't have a lot of content, you're going to take the same ideas, the same way that you put together your LinkedIn information, and you're going to write a newsletter. You're going to simply write an informative newsletter to your audience. Now that you have, there's going to be 10 people, then there'll be 20, then there'll be 50, and so on. And it doesn't have to be a huge number of people. 14 people where 50% of them open the email and read it. That's 7 people that could potentially link to and become customers of something that you're selling. It could be, let's say you have a course or a membership. I think a course is a easier, lighter lift to begin with if you're on beginner mode. And when I say beginner mode, I mean, again, you could be making 6 figures at your main gig. This, I might have just like talked to you directly. You're making 6 figures at your main gig, but you also know you could probably make the same amount of money online working for yourself, consulting with a couple of courses, and maybe a few hours of your time live each month. You're going to put some of your thoughts, some value into an email, and you're going to send that out to your list, your newsletter now. And you're going to build your newsletter over time. If you have an Instagram today, or if you want to build one thing that I do that's a super, super hack that has helped so much when I want to really bring people in and I want them to know how valuable and important they are to me, is I will do an audio message to them. Instagram today lets you do 60 seconds of an audio message in the DMs. So I will post something that I know is related to, even tangentially related to what the work is. And they've been learning from me. They know that this is my work, and I'm not keeping that a secret. When I see people have liked it or have commented on it, I will click through to their profile, and then I will go and DM them if possible, if they're not private or whatever. And I'll just start from scratch. And yes, it takes a while. Yes, I'm busy, but the reaction of people, and again, I know that some people are just excited to hear from me, but you can do this too. This is what I did years and years ago when I reached out to 100 tour managers and production managers, and I said I want a gig on the road, and I got 20 responses, 3 in-person meetings, and 1 international gig. So this is the same thing. You go on every day, you say, I'm going to talk to 10 people, I'm going to spend 10, 15 minutes, and I'm going to go to their profile. Boop, I'm going to look at it, get to know it a little bit, and I'm going to start recording. I'm going to say, hey, Justine, thank you so much for liking my post. I really appreciate it. Your profile is awesome. I love that picture of you and your kid at Disney World. That's really cute. I just want to make sure that you know that I'm here and that I have this new offer. And I'm really just looking for people who are interested in taking their careers to the next level because I've had so much experience at my job in HR. I have now created this program that helps people transform in just a matter of days. It's very accessible. And if you have any questions, just let me know. That for 30 seconds or 1 minute of time, not everybody's going to respond or even listen to it, but somebody is. If you do that enough, somebody's going to say, wait, they took the time to sit there and do an audio. And of course, you practice a little bit. Don't make everything valuable. Make everything worth someone's time. You won't be perfect at it ever. You won't be great at it at first, but you will put in your reps and you'll get better and better. And as long as you're willing to say, there's a reasoning behind this. There's something that I'm looking for to get from this. And I have value. I am providing value to someone who needs that value. And if I don't tell them about it, they're never going to know that I had this available to them. So I actually owe it to them to tell them. Don't spam people. If people say no or say, oh, get out, you know how many people say, ooh, unsubscribe, people are going to say unsubscribe or they're going to unsubscribe with the link. It's okay. As Mel Robbins says, let them because you don't want to badger people. I don't want anybody watching this video who doesn't want to be here. If you've made it this far in the video, you've obviously gotten something from this. And let's do a code word. Let's say pencil. Pencil's the code word. If you've watched this far along, you're going to scroll down, you're going to hit subscribe if you haven't already. You're going to leave a comment that says pencil, but you're also going to ask a question if you have one because I might answer it in my next video. So this is how you're just going to get started. You're going to start thinking through, get you that journal we talked about. It's going to help you to have this journal. I keep a journal. I write notes. All of my meetings that I have, I handwrite notes. I go back and I look over them and I date them. And it really is. I spend like hundreds of hours a month. Hundreds? Yeah. Well, hundreds of hours a quarter, I'll say. Hundreds of hours a quarter, just deep dive research. Deep dive research. Take the time to do it. One way you could do it is by getting my 2 books, It's About Damn Time and Your First Million. Obviously, I want you to get my books because I want you to get my books, but they're very helpful if you haven't already looked at them. It's About Damn Time is the first one from 2020. Then Your First Million is the second one that from 2024. You can get it on audio if you'd like, if you want to multitask. And then go through these videos on this channel. Leave a comment, subscribe, and then go to these videos. Click on the next video, click on the next video, go through them, and you're going to go through an academy for free on YouTube, right? And I'm going to keep adding to these videos to add that archive of value. And so you can see how we started. We started talking about LinkedIn, and I said YouTube was another option. I definitely think that if you're not already thinking about YouTube, it's something to consider. There's so much to unpack when it comes to YouTube, so I'll talk about that in another video. I actually already have multiple times, but I'll talk about that specifically about like generating leads and how it can help you, even if you don't want to be like a YouTube star, how it could just help you to have. I was just looking at YouTube because I do it all the time. And I was looking for something so like a service that is so boring, but it's a service that I need. And I actually went to their YouTube page before I went to their website. And I just said, I want to see what kind of presence they have on YouTube. I want to see it in video. I found their video, their main video that's on their landing page on YouTube has like 46 views. Not a lot of views, but I saw it and 45 other people saw it or 46 other people saw it. And so it convinced me to reach out to them. It probably will do the same. You can see how I could start doing the same for something else, even if that work you do is so-called boring. If you're an accountant, if you are an HR, if you are someone who can help with operations and processes, all of these, all of that can be turned into something interesting on YouTube. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I think we've covered so much. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for you to see what you do with this. Let me know in the comments what you're up to. I love reading your comments. I have to approve all of them before they go public, so I read every single one. I love reading your comments. Please, please, please leave a comment. And of course, subscribe. And I'll see you next time.